Hello again. Yes, you're probably wondering why I'm uploading again, because normally it's like a big time gap between videos. The reason why I've been doing that is because okay, I'm just gonna be honest. At home there's been a lot going on and I have been really unwell for like most of this year. So I'll probably get more into that. But the great thing about YouTube is you can do it whenever you want. Yeah. Gotta get comfortable. Yeah, so the background's different. This is my bedroom. So this is like my wardrobe. You can see my like drawers got a box, and then my jacket, I think you can see in the background. Yeah, I found my tripod thing with the light on, which makes things so much easier, and I am so happy I found it. So yes, I am celebrating, like I said a couple of videos ago. Anyway, so hold on, gotta get a bit more comfortable. I'm actually like sitting on my floor. I probably will try and get myself a little place to film. Okay, so today, okay, so I've got to make this quite a quick video because I've got to get ready soon to go out. So I'm a little, yeah, because I'm going to be uploading it later tonight. Yeah, today is the 11th of September, and we know what 11th of September is. So it is a day that we should never forget. It was a very sad day. A lot of people are no longer around because of it. I'm trying to like, because I know like on YouTube there's a lot of words you cannot use, so you have to find ways of saying things without saying things. So during 9/11 I was 11 years old. Just started high school. Literally as it was happening, I was in French class. Basically, known as say je m'appelle. Yeah, now I just remember that I didn't do an intro. I think today's video is a very important, are going to be important subjects, so forgive me, but not, please forgive me, but I just think there are so many important things. And also I wanted to make this video even though like I'm in a rush right now, but I didn't want to make the video a lot later and upload it tomorrow, because I wanted the video to be, because the video is a lot about today, it's about the moment, so I wanted, whether I'm in a rush or not, I just wanted to get it out there. I'm just really uncomfortable. I need to get like a cushion or something. Okay, yeah, so 9/11, I remember, I was walking home with my dad, and my neighbour's son came out of his mum's house, and he was like to my dad, "Did you see it? Did you see what happened?" And then my dad goes, oh yeah, I think I saw a little bit on TV. And then he went back in. And then my dad goes, and then I said to my dad, what happened? And he goes, oh, it's something about in New York, Twin Towers. And then as soon as we got home, we turned the TV on, and that's where we saw it. And let's just say, as an 11-year-old, seeing something like that, it just... I think I would say, yeah, I was shocked. Like, I just didn't think something like that would be possible. Like, I'm not speaking for myself. I'm speaking for myself, for my 11-year-old self that experienced that at the time. And they had so many things I didn't understand, but what I do remember was just so much. The atmosphere after that just completely changed. It really did change the world, and it's something that I pretty much just grew up with, knowing. And not about a week before, I was at, when I said about the neighbour's son, when I said about my neighbour's son, well, his mum, I was at his mum's after school, and oh, sorry, and she was she and her sister actually went to New York in the 90s, and they stood in front of like where the Twin Towers were, and she showed me a photo of that, and you can see the Twin Towers in the background. It just felt like such a horrible coincidence. As someone in my high school said, like, someone from her family, I think it was somebody in her family, either they were in the Twin Towers at the time, or like nearby, or in New York. I don't think, I think we've all been kind of, I think we all remember where we were at the time that happened. And I remember like the newspapers like the next day were showing like pictures, really horrible, like the pictures, oh my god, like I still have nightmares sometimes to this day. Even like since then that sort of affected like I've always had this unease about high buildings and heights as well. So I think even though I didn't have anyone or know anyone that was there, I think it had some kind of effect on me. And to be honest, if you didn't, honestly, I think anyone who was around then, it had some effect on, whether it was directly connected or just from watching it. And if you wasn't, I would be very worried. That would be concerning. Yeah. So so with 9/11, let's never forget. And secondly, that I wanted to make was the second thing on item. Well, not item, but you know what I mean, like what I was going to talk about was last night was well, in the UK, it would have been like last night, early hours in the morning. I'm not sure like what time it would have been in America, but yeah, in the UK it was like early hours of the morning. So I've got like my notes. Oh god. Oh god. Let's hope you didn't see. So yeah, last night the presidential debate was in Philadelphia. And I said on my 4th of July video, I think it's that one, that I said I had an American connection. So today's video, this is where I'm going to talk about one part of it. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you. This wasn't, I mean, this was a video I wanted to make, or meant like this segment of the video I wanted to make, but with more thorough research. But because of the fact that the debate was in Philadelphia, just pushed it back sooner, and I just felt like, if not now, when? And I could just add more information that I would find out in time. So, right. So, this is my family's connection to Philadelphia. So, right. So, my 9 times great-grandfather was called Thomas Maine Lloyd, and he was born in 1640 in Montgomeryshire, I think that's how to pronounce it, in Wales. He studied at Oxford University. He studied law at the Jesus College at Oxford, I believe. No, he did, yeah. And during that time, he was introduced to, I can't remember, I wrote his like first name. I wrote his last name, but not his first name. But it was like this man called something Socks, who was like a Quaker. And I'm wondering, like, was he related to the Fox sisters? Yeah. Was they like related or some family connection? If you know, then let me know. So yeah. So he became a Quaker. And he married Mary Jones, my 9 times great grandmother, in Old Rodnor in Wales. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. My Welsh isn't very good. Like, please forgive me. Like, basically, my like, even though I'm a little bit Welsh, I was mostly in England. My family were in England for like quite some time. Anyway, so they had some children. One of them was my 8 times great grandfather, obviously. At that time, during that time in Wales, Thomas, let's just call him Grandpa Thomas, he was friends with William Penn, yes, the William Penn, and other Quakers. And during that time in Britain, Quakers faced religious persecution, imprisonment, etc. And eventually, I can't remember what year it was exactly, they fled to what would become Pennsylvania, and across the Atlantic to what would become Pennsylvania. During that trip, my 9 times great grandma, Mary, she was pregnant and she fell ill at some point during the voyage, and on the day of that they got onto basically American soil, she passed away, and so did her baby. And in Philadelphia, I think it's on like Arch Street, I think it may be Arch Street, there's like it's like a Quaker church, or something to do with Quakers, that was on a site that used to be the Quaker church owned graveyard. And on the website it shows the list of people, and my 9 times great grandma was the first one to be buried there, so it's very tragic. And she had a lot of other young children. So Thomas Lloyd, he became Lieutenant Governor of Philadelphia, and Deputy Governor of Philadelphia. No, or is it? Or something like, no, he was Deputy Governor of Philadelphia and Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania. And he was also a doctor, as he was, before he came to America, he was a physician, and he was also known as Keeper of the Seals. So I'm not quite sure what that means or know anything about that. And he also does quite a few other things as well. I know that I've seen online that William Penn wrote several letters to him. I might make a video like reading that all out actually. After his wife Mary died, he married someone else, but I don't really know too much about her, and not much is actually known about her. So, and he died in 1694 in Philadelphia and was buried on Arch Street. So yeah, that's actually quite a sad story. So another part, I think I meant, so part another, yeah, I mentioned my 8 times great grandfather, Henry Thomas Lloyd. He was born in 1675 in Dolabran in Wales. He met his wife Sarah A.F. Young in Philadelphia, and they got married in Bristol in England, and he worked as a merchant, and he died in 1718 in London. And his sister, so my however many times great aunt, must have been like 9 times or something. I don't know. Or 8 times. I don't know exactly. I haven't had all... I don't even know the exact number from that. But Rachel Lloyd. And she is the ancestor of Christopher Reeve. The actor Christopher Reeve. And as you know, Christopher Reeve was known for playing Superman in the 70s. Right. And actually, I remember growing up watching Superman. I love Superman and hearing about Christopher Reeve's like injury, and I remember when he died, it was really sad. Rest in peace. However many times, cousin Christopher. Okay. So my 8 times great grandmother, who I mentioned, Sarah A.F. Young Lloyd. She was born in 1676 in Dolabran, Wales. Not much I managed to find out about her. And she died in 1740, Philadelphia. So, my 7 times great grandmother, her name was Anne Lloyd. She was born in hold on a minute. Alright, yeah, Anne Lloyd. Yeah, she was born in 1712 at Whitechapel in London. She married a man called Rice Morgan in 1736 at Westminster in London. And they had a daughter named Elizabeth Morgan, and she was born in 1739. At some point during their marriage, Anne left her husband and daughter and moved to Philadelphia, where she died there in 1791. Yeah, so you're probably wondering, why am I talking about this? Didn't I just say the debate was in Philadelphia? Someone in my family fled from Wales to Philadelphia. And what does Trump want to prevent? People from doing that. So, in his debate, he spoke about how the Democrats want to destroy the fabric of America. Well, the fabric of America is people like my ancestors. So many people, like Kamala's parents, who moved to America, and they are the fabric of America that makes America great. And when he said he's an open book, Do you know, I found the books, the open book years, and this is it. You can see all the scribbles on there. It's a mess. So anyone who, if that's the America you want, and that's the America you believe, then you really do not know America. You don't know America's history. You don't know America the story. I'm not saying the whole story of, or the whole history of America is good. And honestly, yes, most of it is very bad, very evil. And I know that. Like, America, it saved my ancestors' lives and saved so many people's lives during that time, after that time, and today's time. But it has done bad things. I'm not saying America are angels. But my God, if you're going to vote for somebody like Trump, then you're not going to make America better. You are just going to drag America further and further down. So, before you support people like Trump, before you support Trump, actually learn the history of America. And I've only just given you one little class. So, bye for now, and do your research.